On his MSNBC show, Ayman Mohyeldin shared the one predictable thing about corrupt Christie's take on crazy Donald Trump. Now, we'll let you know what that thing is at the end of the video, but first, let's see Ayman's take on Christie.
He is focused on what some are calling a kamikaze mission to take down Donald Trump. And in fairness, Christie carried out a similar mission in 2016. He is credited with snuffing out Senator Marco Rubio's presidential prospects after a fierce clash on a New Hampshire debate stage. But he never succeeded in doing the same to Donald Trump. Christie was a fierce Trump attacker early in the 2016 primaries, calling him a carnival barker and unserious entertainer, moonlighting as a politician. He suggested that nominating Trump would actually destabilize the GOP, and he put Hillary Clinton in the White House. And then, once Christie realized that he couldn't actually beat Trump, he had a change of heart, changed his tune. He became one of the first high-profile establishment Republicans to endorse Trump's run, giving Trump a level of legitimacy, I could say, that was previously unattainable.
I thank him for all the kindnesses that we've shared with each other over the years, but more importantly than that, I thank him for leaving the private sector, for seeing that there was a need for strong leadership in this country, and for being willing to step out of the private sector and come and offer himself for public service and for leadership in this country at a time when our party and our nation so desperately needs it. So I'm happy to be on the Trump team.
He even vied to be Trump's running mate, and when that didn't pan out, he served as the head of Trump's White House transition team, at least until he was fired. He became a network news contributor, getting a constant source of income for opining on Trump and bashing the administration from a safe distance. Until, again, after years of attacks from news studios, Christie stopped hitting Trump, stepped back into the D.C. spotlight, and emerged as none other than chief organizer of Donald Trump's 2020 debate prep team, working with then-president to take down Joe Biden in front of a national audience. And then, after Trump lost, guess what happened? You know where this is going. Christie flipped again, not only calling Trump a danger to American democracy, but also finding new ways to profit from his newfound Trump criticism. And despite not being a relevant member of the GOP for years, and despite his on-again, off-again relationship with Trump, it is hard to keep track of Christie's allegiances, unless, that is, you follow the money when it is lucrative. So forgive me for not believing that Christie, whether he admits it or not, wants to torpedo Trump's electoral chances because he cares about our republic or our democracy. No, he cares about his bottom line. His track record has proven he is not capable of being an actual Trump slayer. And if you believe that he is, call me. I have a bridge in New Jersey to sell you.
So as you can see there, Christie was for Donald Trump before he was against Donald Trump, before he was for Donald Trump, and then against Donald Trump, and for Donald Trump, and then he was against Donald Trump. And to answer that question from the beginning, that's the only predictable thing about Christie, is he'll be for or against Donald Trump, depending upon whatever's best for him. If you want to know what his stance will be on Donald Trump at any given minute, I don't know, will it lead to a book contract for Christie? Will it lead to a job in a Trump administration, God help us? These are the things that determine how Christie feels about Donald Trump. And in that way, they're not so much different than, let's say, Nikki Haley, who was Trump's ambassador to the UN before she was against Donald Trump. And then she was for him again. And I think she's against him again now. The whole Republican Party at this point, they're all careerists, they're all about power, they're all corrupt. None of this stuff matters, and Christie has no respectability and not a damn chance in hell of winning this thing. Could get a chance to strand a few more people on a bridge in Jersey if he gets lucky. And speaking of Jersey, you know, the way the Republican primary voters will likely react to Christie is the way the boss reacted to Christie. Bruce Springsteen, when Christie went and begged for his approval at a concert. In other words, like the boss, Republican primary voters are just gonna fucking ignore him.